PWP Nation, where wrestling discussion lives.
Well, hello there. Dukes, Keith, and Griff here from the Anything But Credible podcast, a.k.a. the ABC Pod. Fellas?
Holla.
Oh, hello. We're here to let you know that you could be possibly missing out on the best podcast ever created, aside from the Offended podcast, of course, and you don't want to be missing that. Now, what makes us the best? Griff? Yeah, great. Keith? Exactly. Look, I'll keep it really simple for you. Crazy people, crazy news, crazy theories, crazy uncredible. That's right. We made that word up. Griff, Keith, say something crazy for me.
Russia wants you to believe in Finland. Real.
Nice. Look, you can find us just about anywhere that you get your podcast, especially Apple Podcasts. Also, don't forget to hit us up on Facebook at ABC Pod. That's ABC POD. Twitter at _ABC Pod. And Instagram at ABC Podcast. Check in with us for a new episode every Monday and join the conspiracy to commit stupid. We will see you then, and shout out to the Offended Podcast.
Adios. Later, guys. Like you more than a friend.
What's up, everybody? Kyle Fauché here to tell you about my brand new podcast, the Going Off Topic podcast, brought to you by the Anything But Credible Network. On Going Off Topic, I look at all forms of media, from different real and theoretical angles that you don't usually hear about. From movies, to TV, to music, to sports, to gaming, to anything really. You never know what the topic will be, but you're guaranteed a new angle and a different conversation about it, that's for sure. You can find Going Off Topic anywhere and everywhere that you get your podcasts. Check out our social media feeds on Facebook, Going Off Topic with Kyle Fauché, on Twitter, going_off_topic, and don't forget about anythingbutcredible.com, where you can find everything for the pod, including the written blog post. That's right, we're carrying over the Going Off Topic blog to anythingbutcredible.com too. So check it all out there, and I'll catch you on the next topic.
And welcome to the weekly wrestling wrap-up by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. It's your boys, Tricky and Stoutsy.
What's up, you fucking marks?
What is up? What is up? Oh, man. Exhausted. I'm exhausted.
Yeah, I'm beat.
Man, it's just like... I almost was going to ask you, I'm like, let's just take next week off from doing the show, and then I would realize that the shake-up's next week, so I'm like, well, fuck.
Yeah. No, I mean, unless the shake-up's complete dog shit.
Which, I mean, it was kind of this week, but whatever.
Yeah, you know, whatever. Actually, the last, couple weeks it's been a shake-up, but I don't, okay.
Yeah, but okay.
Okay, whatever. I don't know. I guess we'll believe it.
Yeah.
But yeah, what a fucking week from last Friday to Sunday.
It was a lot. And I still haven't watched the G1 yet.
Oh yeah, I heard that was incredible.
Yeah, I heard that was good. I heard the New Japan stuff was good. I heard the Ring of Honor side was not so good.
Oh.
Yeah, that's been the general consensus, is that the Ring of Honor side was really bad.
Well, whatever side the Enzo Amore thing was on can just go to hell, because that guy's a piece of shit and I hate him. So
that was the Ring of Honor side.
Oh, yeah, makes sense why it was shit then.
But the one thing that I thought was funny is Tama Tonga apparently won Ring of Honor title, and he's walking backstage and he takes the title and just chucks it up against the wall. He goes, "Ring of Honor, who the fuck cares about that shit? I don't."
What a dick.
No, I love Tama Tonga. He's fucking hilarious.
Was he the guy? He was the guy that was going back and forth with Roman, wasn't it? For a little bit on Twitter?
Yeah. And then he broke kayfabe when Roman got diagnosed with leukemia. And I was like, damn, Tama, you're not actually just a dickhead.
Damn it. He has a soft side.
Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, pretty, I'm gonna give it a pretty A+ weekend.
I'm gonna give it an A+. I'll give it an A-, just because Raw and SmackDown were just on the weaker side.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I said weekend.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
That's why I said weekend.
I'm just saying, that's why I said for the week. Yeah, I'll go A-, maybe a B+ for the whole 5 days of events. So
yeah, but those 3 shows, even the Hall of Fame was entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, do you want to start off with the Hall of Fame or?
Yeah, let's not talk too much into it, but let's talk about the big story out of the Hall of Fame. Let's talk about Bret Hart and what the fuck.
I was pissed. I don't know if you were watching live.
No, I was at a winery.
That's right. You were at the winery. I was watching live because I think I texted you or tweeted, or I don't know. I tweeted something that I might have texted you about how fired up I was because I was just so mad, man. Like, I don't know. Like, it's everybody's like blaming. It's like, oh, you got to blame the security, blame this and that. And it's like, yeah, there was like a certain point where it's like, okay, what was the security? Why wasn't that? But I mean, it's like any sporting event where if a guy's it's like a baseball. If a guy's gonna jump on the field, he's gonna jump on a field.
Yeah, I mean,
there's a way to do it. It's just you expect that it's not gonna happen at something like that, especially to a guy like Bret Hart. And which I texted you, I was like, irregardless of what, me and you don't hate Bret Hart by any means, but we do think he can be a little whiny, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to what he did in the ring, I mean, he's one of the best of the best, and he's a Hall of Famer and he deserves respect. And for someone to do that, it's just like, it just really fucking made me mad, man. And how mad I was, I can only imagine how mad every single wrestler in that building was. Like, you know when you see something on the internet, like for instance, like a dog gets beat up by somebody on like online. Well, I mean, when I see something like that, my blood just like
it
boils.
Yeah,
and I wish I could get my hands on that guy. So I can only imagine every wrestler just wanted to just sitting there, just like if I could, I just want to get that guy deserves to get punched in the face by everybody here that's looked up to that guy.
Well, it seems like he got a nice little punch to the face by Dash Wilder.
Hey, no flips, just fists to the fullest, baby.
God, I love it. And then fucking Travis Brown was fucking raining down some haymakers. Shane McMahon, I think, even got a couple little nice punches in.
Davey Boy Smith Jr. got in there.
Was it Davey Boy?
It was Davey Boy because I thought it was Tommy Dreamer because it kind of looked like a Tommy Dreamer attire, but I forgot that Tommy Dreamer wears suits to the Hall of Fame, and I don't think he was even there this year. But for some reason I didn't know who it was. I was like, it kind of looks like Dreamer's body type, a little chunky. But on Twitter it came out and Davey Boy Smith was like, no, Davey Boy Smith Jr. was like, no, that was me in the gold pants or something like that because they thought it was another like relative because they all kind of look a little similar or whatever. And but no, it was Davey Boy Smith Jr. He hopped in there and he just threw people out of the way and he was fired up, man.
Well, you had that, and then you had fucking even Edge got up and like got involved in it.
Yeah, I think he got up, and I don't know if he got involved in the scuffle, but I know he went over to Natalya. Unless you saw him get into the scuffle, I must have missed that.
I thought I saw him like he went over to Natalya at first, and I think he got into the scuffle and like was pulling the guy out of the ring. I think he was standing next to Big E because Big E fucking was yanking on the guy. Like,
yeah, Big E was. I mean, shout out, New Day. They flew in there right away.
I was gonna say New Day was one of the first people that you saw besides Travis Brown and Shane. New Day were right there. Like New Day did not hesitate. I think if you watched closely on one of the videos, I think you can see Kofi like take his kid and like sets him down and like runs into the ring. Like,
yeah, they got in there right away and kind of just tried to get Natalya and Bret away from this guy. And Travis Brown, I swear, if Travis Brown wouldn't have slipped, I don't think he would have got to Bret before the guy tackled him, but he definitely would have got all of his hands on him because he didn't really. But because if he wouldn't have slipped, he would have had that guy and it would have been game over. And I tweeted out, props to Travis Brown. I've never had anything against the guy. Whatever, he's obviously going to get involved with being Ronda's husband, but and I don't know what his take is on the business. I'm sure he enjoys it in some way. I've never really heard him come out with an opinion.
It seems like he respects it. Like, exactly.
That's why I said he understands the respect, and I'm sure he's been involved. I'm sure he's gotten to meet Bret with Natalya and Ronda being good friends and stuff. And he saw something wrong. He did not hesitate in any way to get in there and to help protect Bret and anybody else that guy could have went after Natalya even or something. So I thought that was really cool of him.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of UFC fighters that respect the WWE and professional wrestling as a whole. I mean, look at all the fighters that have like fucking crossed over to the WWE. Like, fucking DC Daniel Cormier, how big of a fucking fan he is. Like, And after he tweeted to Lesnar saying, like, hey, Brock, you lost your title.
Oh, God, that was good. That was funny. But yeah, man, I mean, just shout out to every wrestler. I mean, Drake Maverick was, boy, that guy was fired up. He flew in the ring. Heath Slater flew in the ring. And then what I thought was funny is all of a sudden you see Bobby Lashley is in there, Drew McIntyre, and I was like, if these guys got a hold of this guy, dude, he would be done.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was Drew or not at first because he didn't have his hair down. And I finally realized that was Drew McIntyre in the ring, and I was like, oh my God, dude, he looks like he wants to kill somebody right now. Like, and I would not want to fuck with Drew McIntyre right now.
No, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't fuck with any of those guys.
Fuck no.
I wouldn't fuck with any wrestler.
Fuck no. But I did like, so did you watch it live?
Yeah, I think I started, I missed, the only person I missed was Honky Tonk Man's.
Right.
And then I caught all the rest.
Well, because I watched it back the next day, and that part was obviously cut out, and it cuts from Brett having, like, fucking his hair pulled back. The next shot's his hair's, like, all fucked up. I'm like, oh, that happened.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this happened until last night. I finally saw the part where Drake Maverick gets on the mic, and he goes, pay no attention to him, let's carry the show on, let's give the man this respect, and, like, walks out. I was like, yes, Drake, yes.
Yeah, that was awesome. And the crowd did a good job at getting back into it, and Brett kept his composure, and he even kind of took a little jab at it, and he was talking about crazy times. He goes, almost kind of like what just happened there, and the crowd got a little laugh. So, but yeah, all in all, with that, just, and I get maybe that guy, whatever he's kind of psychotic or something. But
oh my God, have you seen his tweets?
Yeah, it's just like,
dude, this may be like insensitive to say, but that's like almost shooter vibes. Like, if you look back at like some of these like fucking shootings that has happened lately, and you look at like their Twitter and like look at like these like tweets that they put out, and you're like, Jesus Christ, it was right there in front of us like the whole time, and we never did anything about it. I got that same fucking vibe by looking at his shit. Like, this dude needs help. Like,
right. But then again, it's like, how do you know that guy's even going to be at the Hall of Fame or anything like that?
Right. Oh yeah. No, I didn't mean it like
right,
that.
I know you mean like that, but I'm just saying that, to defense of some people that might be like, how do they not notice this guy? Blah blah blah. It's like, well, they don't know.
Yeah, and that may be an insensitive thing to say, but I mean, just like that's the first thought that popped in my mind. I'm like, oh my God, he resonates with everything else I've seen. I'm like these fucking crazy shooters that have happened lately. Like,
yeah,
that's a sad fucking thing that you can just relate it back to that too.
Yeah, it really is. But all in all, I thought this was probably one of my favorite Hall of Fames, and
it was entertaining.
It was good. The pace was kept quick. I liked the setup with the ring. I thought that was different.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, and I like that not everybody. I know like Harlem Heat didn't have like a person that actually did like an introduction for him and stuff.
Yeah,
I think they have an inductor kind of thing. So I think that kind of helps because those can kind of carry on. But I thought it was good. It was entertaining. I thought all the speeches were really good. And the crowd, I thought they did a better job this year, like not taking over the show. Sometimes they kind of like take over, and it's like, okay, can you just stop chanting?
The only
stop
time I
chanting
think
for like
they
2
did
seconds
was probably for Cena that I can remember.
Yeah, there was a little bit of that, but he did a good. He let them, he gave them their like 10 seconds, let them blah blah blah, and then they shut up. But
yeah, I mean,
other than that, it wasn't bad.
No, not at all. And I have to give props to fucking Tori Wilson. I thought her speech was really good. Like,
yeah, it was really good.
I wasn't expecting it to be good. At first, I was like, oh boy, this is going to be bad. And as it kept going on, I'm like, actually, this is pretty damn good. Like,
yeah, I liked her. The thing was like, I know I was a big part of a lot of your guys' puberty. And it's like, yeah.
You ain't wrong.
You ain't wrong, Tori. So, no, she did a really good job. Yeah, but I just thought the crowd was just better, too. Everybody was just a little more. You didn't have them trying to take over as much with, like, chants or what chants nonstop and stuff, which really bothers me. I know it's going to happen, but it's like, Jesus, come on, guys. Just shut up. Especially when they do it when it's a person that, like, maybe isn't a popular guy because they're older or something like that. It's like, come on, just shut up. Let the guy have his moment and be respectful.
Well, what I think helped was the fact that they did like the camera cuts between like Bryan and Kofi and Shane and Miz. Like, that kind of got it out of their system a little bit, and like they got them like chanting like in between everything. I'm like, I thought WWE was very smart and kind of like getting the crowd like in it in between each thing to get it out of their system.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, gave them their moments to have fun, because those were some of the best moments of it. The Miz one was so funny. Those two, Miz and Maurice, are just hilarious.
Well, Shane started laughing. That was just great.
Yeah. And then Brian was trying so hard not to smile, because when they kept cutting to like the New Day and fucking Xavier's just like,
oh yeah, you can hear him cracking up in the background.
Yeah, just like looking at him. It's so hard not to laugh at those guys. And Daniel Bryan's like, biting his lip a little bit. And
he kept turning his back to the camera. That was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that was cool. I really liked it.
Yep. And one last thing on the Hall of Fame, the DX speech I thought was pretty funny.
So good.
And the fucking shots at AEW I thought were hilarious.
Oh yeah, and see, dumb people that are like, why would they just give free advertisements to AEW? It's like everybody knows what AEW is, and honestly, it took away from the crowd doing the chants when like Billy was on the mic. It was like the shots were so good, and Billy Gunn was so funny. He's like, "Ha, Vince can't fire me."
Yeah. And Triple H is like, well, yeah, he won't fire you, but he'll buy that pissant company, hire you just to fire you. Like,
Stahl,
Mark Stahl, Eric Stahl, Jordan Stahl, Marty Stahl. Hockey playoffs are back. Hockey's back. Hockey's been back, but the playoffs are going. Playoffs are good. Playoffs are good for everybody.
Okay.
All right, cool. Did you hear everything I was saying?
I did. Just need a quick little stall. But yeah, I thought the DX speech was one of my. DX just got. Those guys just get me fired up every time.
The fucking cross-eyed glasses that Triple H put on for Shawn. How nervous X-Pac was. Like,
I felt so bad for him.
So did I. Stop making fun of me, guys.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Dude, Shawn was on one. Like, Shawn was fucking on one this week.
Shawn Michaels?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He was just hilarious.
He was just living it up.
Oh, yeah, dude. When Shawn doesn't care, it's almost my favorite Shawn, because it's like, he's fucking hilarious because he doesn't care. Like, I love it.
Yeah, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, good Hall of Fame ceremony. And now to the fucking marks there, like, oh, WWE just took a shot. Why would they take a shot at AEW? I'm like, AEW takes shots at them all the fucking time. Like,
and honestly, they're like playful shots.
Yeah.
Like, everybody knows that Cody and Triple H have a respect for each other.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's good. It's good for both companies.
It is. Little competition doesn't hurt.
Fucking idiots.
Fucking idiots. And real quick on AEW, it was announced yesterday that AEW will be presented at the Warner, Warner Group. They're producing the show. That's going to be on TNT or TBS. It's going to be one of those two stations, if not both.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it'll be presented at, like, every year they always have, like, when, like, TBS or TNT introduces, like, their fall lineup, which I think is in a couple weeks. Apparently that's when AEW is going to be presented.
Sweet.
Yep, I know.
Down with that.
I'm down with that, too. TNT, probably Tuesday nights. Tuesday Night Dynamite.
God, I can't wait.
I can't wait either. And they said they will go to large arenas, too. They're not going to, like, little indie venues. They will go to, like, Enterprise Center, Joe Louis, so it's not Joe Louis Arena anymore, Little Caesars, like, places like that. So, it's fucking sweet. Like, they're actually making it a big deal.
Do they know how much they're going to be, like, traveling? Like, how...
It's a weekly show.
I know they said... So it's just going to be weekly?
As of right now, it's a weekly show. They haven't said anything about, like, house shows or anything like that.
Okay, because I thought the talk was, like, it was going to be, like, a lighter schedule. So, like, not, 300 days a year.
Yeah, if anything, it's going to be a weekly schedule with maybe one house show a week, which I think is pretty fucking normal. Like, maybe do the house show the day before, the day after they do the TV tapings in, like, a closer, like, city, and then just go home for a week. Like, I mean, that's what I would do. It's easy.
It's good. It's a good idea.
Yeah. you don't miss. I mean, I think that's what wrestling should be. It's not like, you know, I think the days of house shows may be a little gone for wrestling because it's not like anybody really goes to the house shows. I know WWE, I know it's a nice moneymaker for them, but at the same time, I feel like they would just make more money if it was just televised tapings.
Yeah, so do I. I don't think it needs to be. I mean, I don't know. It's like you said. It's great money, and I'm sure if they didn't do them, some of the wrestlers wouldn't get the pay they get and stuff.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. It's going to save on wrestlers, wrestling time span and stuff, and they'll still make good money.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's. Yeah, I think it's. I'm with you. I think it's starting to kind of go away, and it's just a lot.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's so much, and now like with everything, people send videos and stuff. You know, you see all like the kind of kayfabe, the non-kayfabe, whatever stuff, and it kind of almost takes away from the live tapings because it's like, oh yeah, well the other week these two were just like buddy in the ring joking around.
Right.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, anyway, let's get into NXT TakeOver.
Oh.
Do you think it was better than WrestleMania?
God damn it.
God damn it.
I knew we were going to talk about this because after Friday, I was like, holy shit, this might have just been the show of the year. Like that NXT. I mean, it was just, once again, just incredible. I was like, this might have done it, but then Mania, I mean, for how long it was, there really wasn't any big duds or times where I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever. Or like, wow, what they could have done this incredibly different or something. So I think I'm going to go Mania.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go Mania too. Just on the sole fact that I think it might be my favorite WrestleMania.
Yeah. That 17, I mean, I'm going back and forth on those two.
Yeah, I mean, 17, 19, and this one. And honestly, WrestleManias like 21 and 22 are like up there also. Like,
yeah.
And I mean, we can keep going down the list, but I mean, I haven't enjoyed a WrestleMania like this in a long fucking time from start to finish. Even when it still felt like the show was too long, the matches were still good. And gotta give fucking credit to that New York crowd, man. They were trying. They were fucking trying to stay in that show.
Yeah.
When especially the one that reaches out to me is that they popped for Finn's entrance. And they popped for that match because it was quick. And it was nice. They popped for Angle, but they were just dead. Like, you could just tell that they were just fucking, they were spent. Like,
oh, yeah.
I mean, if it was up to me, why not just start the fucking show at, like, if they want to make WrestleMania that long, just start the fucking show at 4 and push the kickoff show back a couple hours. Like, it needs to end at 10, like, or 11.
Yeah,
like,
or 11. 11 at the latest.
Yeah, and, like, it was 11:30 for us, so it was 12:30 New York time, and the New York Transit fucked up, and, which I think is, did you know about all that?
Oh, like the Ubers and stuff?
Yeah, Uber was charging $200 a fucking Uber. And it's like, no wonder people were having trouble finding Ubers. They don't want to pay fucking $200 for a ride home. Like, it's bullshit.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah. It's fucking bullshit. Like, turd droppings and just, it's bullshit. Like, but anyway, WrestleMania was fucking amazing. NXT TakeOver, what a show that was too. And we had what started the show? It was fuck. Why am I drawing a blank?
Oh, the tag team match.
Oh yeah, War Raiders and Ricochet and Aleister Black. What a fucking match!
Yeah, I mean, start to finish, just
it's fire, dude.
Incredible. I love those. God damn it! it's a War Raiders or War Machine. Like, no matter what, I fuck it up.
Well, they were War Machine in the Indies.
That's right.
So
it's War. Yeah. Okay.
But AC/DC owns the rights to War Machine, I think.
Okay, but yeah, those fucking War Raider guys, man, they're entertaining the shit for two big guys. Holy crap, can they move?
Mm-hmm. Fucking dope, dude. I mean, that was just a fun fucking match. I think we all knew what was going to happen in that match because Aleister Black and Ricochet are full-time main roster guys now. Hopefully next week we find out what show they're just staying on.
Yeah, no shit.
Or hopefully they split them up because I think they're better singles wrestlers than they are tag wrestlers.
I do too, but honestly, they've kind of grown on me and probably a lot of people as a tag team, and I just feel like I see them staying on Raw as a tag team because I feel like that tag division needs some help, and if anybody can do it, it's going to be those two guys. Yep. And who knows what's going to happen story-wise with singles, and we know how it can go when we've seen singles guys come up and then they just do absolutely fucking nothing. They put them in matches, but they don't put them in any stories.
Right. And I think the fucking Usos are probably going to go to Raw. I mean, why else would they drop the tag titles on SmackDown?
Yeah. That'd be a nice little change of pace, too, having them on Raw.
Yeah, definitely. Let's move on. Let's try to fly through this as fast as possible because we have fucking so many matches to go through in WrestleMania. Yeah. And we got got an Offended show to record tonight. And for those of you wondering what's going to be on Offended tomorrow, looks like that we have Winkler coming on. He just texted me. So it looks like we're going to talk about the summer movies coming out.
Nice. Yep.
And Cougar's going to be on as well. So this should be a fun little episode here.
Should be entertaining.
We got, don't forget, anything but credible questions, Jim.
For Daniel?
Yep, for Mr. Winkler.
Cool.
All right, and I told Gage to pick 5 different songs this time, and he just said Ocean Man every time.
Ocean Man every time. That motherfucker. So yeah, then
next up was the North American title match. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Great match.
Yeah.
Great match.
Yeah, hell of a match. I was a little upset with who came out on top.
I was not expecting that at all.
I wasn't either. I guess maybe they continue a feud.
Maybe, or maybe depending on what happens, maybe Dream drops the title really quickly and he gets called up next week. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true.
And for those that don't know, after Buddy Murphy's match at WrestleMania, Velveteen Dream was just standing in the hallway, just like, there's the man who couldn't hack it on the big stage. I'm like, damn.
Couldn't handle the spotlight.
So
I was like, oh my god.
I think next week on NXT, it's Buddy Murphy versus Velveteen Dream for the NXT North American Championship.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's going to be a good fucking match.
Wow.
I'm kind of hoping Buddy gets a call up. I'm hoping Buddy totally gets a call up.
So do I. So I was going to say about the Riddle match with Dream. Is he kind of going into a little bit of a heel?
No, that's how he is. Like, that's how he wrestles his matches. He gets like this mean streak. Like when he I can't talk. When he gets when he starts wrestling matches, he's always had like this little mean streak going, and I love it because he turns on like the UFC. Like, his gimmick was always that like he is a dangerous man, but he doesn't like to be dangerous. Like,
yeah, I just felt like the crowd was kind of getting on him a little bit more than usual.
Oh, I think they were, because I think the crowd's just so behind Velveteen right now. The crowd,
yeah.
I mean, what we talked about last week on the show, me, you, and JCD were saying how, the Dream loses a little bit of steam, and I was like, I guess we'll find out at TakeOver, and he hasn't lost any fucking steam.
No, not at all.
None. Like,
none.
That dude is over as fuck right now. Possibly the most over wrestler in NXT at the moment.
Yeah, great entrance.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Love the entrance. I just love the match. I really liked. I liked that kind of back what you said is like how he brings out the UFC title. I can't talk. The style in his matches. I think that's, in my opinion, I think that's almost hard to do in WWE because people want to see like wrestling.
Yeah,
but he does a really good job
of like keeping
when
it
he kind of
like
settled. yeah, it's like it's very subtle, and he uses it at the right time that it works.
Yeah,
and
totally,
the
totally
crowd enjoys it. So, because I mean, you know, we don't want to see fucking Ronda come in and just do nonstop UFC stuff, or you know, it can be a little. You might be like, oh, these UFC guys are just going to come in and be UFC guys, but he's good at it, and he's got charisma, so it also helps.
He's
something like
be a
Bobby
fucking
Lashley,
star, man.
Oh yeah, definitely is.
So yeah, that was that match. Let's move on to the. Honestly, I know we didn't do our matches of the week, but this is number 3 for me for third best match of the weekend. Walter versus Pete Dunne for the NXT UK Championship. Holy fuck, that was just a goddamn war.
Yeah, that's what we said. We were like, it's just going to be a fucking brawl.
It was a fucking United Kingdom style brawl. Like, that's UK wrestling. Like, that's strong style UK right there. Like, I said that backwards, but whatever. But dude, I mean, I loved that match. Like, fucking loved that match.
Yeah, I never want to take a chop from fucking Walter.
Fuck no. Unless I was going over.
That guy's just massive. You know what I could see Walter doing, like, down the road is, like, switching over into, like, some type of, like, UK, like, net. Almost like, I feel like he could be in Peaky Blinders as, like, a villain.
Dude, I think Pete Dunne could be in Peaky Blinders. Like,
oh, yeah, well, definitely.
You talk too much.
God damn it, that Walter guy. I mean, he makes me mad at with how big he is.
Dude, there was a moment there I thought Dunne was actually going to go over.
Really?
Yeah, because he kicked out of the one powerbomb, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, and then he hit his bitter end. I was like, holy fuck. Like, is he going to do it? Like, they totally fucking swerved me on that. I totally thought Dunne was going over. It's like, holy shit, Dunne's going to win again.
Yeah, Jeff, just what a fight.
It's awesome. I hope Dunne gets called up, man.
So do I. God, that'd be fun.
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it, though.
I doubt it, too.
Yeah, but you never know.
Hey, that's showbiz, baby. But yeah, I thought that match was very good. The fucking Dunne going down all of his fingers, doing that finger pop. Obviously, he doesn't do it better than Marty, but every time I watch him do it, I'm like, ugh.
I hate that move. Just makes me cringe. It makes me cringe every time.
I fucking love it. Let's see. Moving on. Fatal 4-Way women's match. Solid match. I liked how Shayna was just getting her ass kicked like the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought for sure she wasn't going to win. I really thought Io Shirai was going to pull it off, but
yeah, I didn't. I actually
I was wrong.
Actually, totally. I think the booking kind of gave it away for me. I was like, man, she's getting her ass kicked way too much, and she hasn't done like one offensive thing like this match.
I know. I went in though into the match. I was like, come on, that'd be awesome. Just give her the title. And I was like, God damn it,
you fucking mark.
I know.
Ooh,
I know,
buddy. Sorry, watching the main event of 205 Live. They had the Tony Nese, Buddy Murphy rematch from WrestleMania for the title.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. I don't know who wins, actually. I'm watching it right now. Buddy, it's a fucking great match, man. This might be better than their Mania match, honestly.
Probably will be.
Yeah. But Shayna getting the win. I think that was the right move, personally, just letting Shayna keep the title. And I think it was the right move in terms of possibly you put Candice LeRae next in line. Because there's nothing against Io Shirai, Kairi, or Bianca. I just don't think Kairi's already had it. And the other two, I just don't think are ready yet.
No, I don't think so. I think Bianca Blair though made I think she had a really good showing though. Like put her like obviously not right now. She's not ready, but you can tell that she's. I think it'll be soon. She'll be fully ready. I thought she did a phenomenal job in that match.
I agree. Yeah, Shayna retains. Let's see, and we go to the main event.
The heart attack match.
What some may consider the match of the weekend. I can't decide if this is my favorite match of the weekend or not.
mean, it's up there.
It's fucking that last 20 minutes was just fucking nuts.
Oh my god, I was fucking popping the last 20 minutes.
So was I. I was just like jaw dropped. Well, I watched it in the morning, so it was like legit fucking. I didn't go to bed till like 5:30 in the morning on Saturday because I watched the whole takeover when I got home that night. And fucking Christ, I was just sitting there and I was kind of like dozing off like a little bit at the beginning of the match. And then that second fall happened, and I was just like, eyes open. I'm just staring at the TV. I look over at Katie. Katie had like her hand like on like resting like on her like chin, like watching the match because she was falling asleep too. I look over at Katie, and she's leaning forward, just eyes open, just like watching the match. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking amazing. Let's go, Gargano. What I thought was so cool about that match is how the crowd was reacting. They were booing Gargano at the beginning of the match, which surprised the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And then when Undisputed Era came out to try to fuck over Gargano, the crowd just turned. And I was like, yes, here we go. I'm like, that's fucking beautiful booking by NXT right there. Like,
yep.
They got that crowd back behind Gargano like 100%. Like, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was which is good because that's how Undisputed Era is. Like, I feel like, you know, they're likable, but then when they do the heel stuff, you're like, God, fuck these guys.
Mm-hmm.
And they executed it perfectly. And I thought that was it when, wow, I'm name blanking on the Undisputed Era guys.
Roddy, Kyle, Bobby.
Yeah, when they were out there and they did the little finisher thing on Gargano, I was like, that's
Dude,
it.
that was dope. That was fucking awesome because that crowd's like, no.
Yeah, I was like, that's it. It's over. And then he fucking kicks out. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You got to be. Every kick out the last 20 minutes, I was like, you have to be kidding me. That's where you. And what's crazy, sometimes too many false finishes, you're like, oh, he's going to kick out. But every time I was like, nope, that's it. And then one kick out. And I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Like, what? Literally, like, what? Like, an announcer would say, like, what does this guy have to do? I was like, what do these guys have to do to fucking have this guy stay down? Like, one of them's got to just break them, whatever the booking's going to be like, I can't do it. All right, just whatever. Take the pin. I don't care. We'll deal with it later. Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, like what you said, too many false finishes can maybe ruin a match, but I love how many false finishes there was in that match.
Yeah.
Like, that was a match, like, I don't want it to end. I want people to keep kicking out. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. This is a fucking adrenaline boost right now.
Yeah, just incredible, man. And then
205, Buddy Murphy and Nice getting a little 205 chant for them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's a fucking match. It's great, by the way.
How about that? Maybe don't put them on the fucking kickoff show. I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
Yep.
But then you got the end of that match with crowd starts going nuts. Gargano's at the top of the stage with Candice, and Gargano goes, he's behind me, isn't he? He's behind me, and there's Ciampa coming out, so that was cool.
That was just it was a storybook ending. Like,
yeah,
even though like maybe like when Ciampa comes back, it's like, hey, let's just finish what we started, and then maybe you have Gargano turn on Ciampa.
Yeah,
because when Ciampa comes back, if he comes back, he's gonna be a face like no other. Like, that crowd's going to go crazy for him. It's almost going to be like when Triple H comes back, like when he came back.
Just about to say that.
Because he was a heel when he got hurt, and when he came back, he was fucking over like crazy.
Yeah, that's what I was literally about to say. It's going to be like Triple H. I mean, I remember we talked about this a little bit like a while ago. I was like, man, I wonder if by time Ciampa's back, maybe Gargano's already called up, and then Ciampa's ready and comes out on the main roster, and there's that. Have that feud on the main roster to finish the story. So, I mean, that'd be a fairy tale.
It'd be awesome.
Booking ending, but yeah, I'm with you. I think they come back and they got to finish off that. They got to finish it off.
Yep, that's what she said. For the watch. Yeah, that's NXT TakeOver New York. Hell of a show. I give it an A+.
Yeah, definitely A+.
Fucking solid, just all the way through. Possibly one of the best takeovers of all time, for real. Just what a weekend for wrestling. Yeah, you're right. It gets an A+. Like, weekend gets an A+. Let's go to WrestleMania.
Ba-ba-bum.
8 hours long.
Oh. Yeah.
I
didn't start getting tired until about maybe 10-ish or so. I was kind of like, geez Louise, we still have how many matches left? But for the most part, it kind of flew by for me. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, when my buddy Steve came over, he came over like at 9:30, and he was like, so, is the main event next now? Because that's all he wanted to watch was the main event.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, dude, we still have like 5 or 6 matches.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
But let's go back to, I guess, to kickoff, and we go to the cruiserweight match.
It was a good match. I don't think it was anything mind-blowing, in my opinion.
The match that I just
good.
watched on 205 Live was mind-blowing. That match
better.
was incredible.
Yeah.
And it's just well, they got the time. They got the time on 205. They didn't have the time, which is bullshit, because you just, sorry, I don't want to listen to the coach talk for 2 hours. Let him have the fucking time on the kickoff show.
Yeah, no shit. They didn't get that time. And I'm pissed because when me, you, and JCD talked, I was like, oh no, man, I think Buddy could drop it, blah, blah. And then you guys said some shit, and I was like, fuck, yeah, you're probably right. All right, yeah, I'll go Buddy. Because I was no, I think it's going to switch. I think it's going to drop. And I didn't fucking go with my heart.
It's all right. You still wouldn't have beat me in the fucking predictions anyways.
Yeah,
you had a bad predictions night. Just put it that way.
Yeah, it was one of my best, but I was happy either way.
You had 8 wrong in a row.
Yeah, I know. Rough. Whatchamacallit, the 2 battle royal things, I was like, whatever, I don't fucking care about these ones.
Yeah, let's get that out of the way now. I don't want to stick on the battle royals. Carmella winning, I'm okay with. It's in her hometown. Good for Carmella.
Yeah, whatever,
It's not like winning that thing means anything anyways.
No.
And hey, what did I say last week on the show? They should call it the China Memorial Battle Royal, and who said that on the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, X-Pac.
But yeah, China. Fucking Carmella won that. The Colin Jost, Michael Che thing was kind of how I expected. I thought it was kind of dumb with the lawyer, but I thought it was hilarious that he walked out in a Odell Beckham jersey, Cleveland jersey.
Yeah, God, what a heel move. Yeah, I was fine with them being in. I told you this. I wish they would have got him out a little bit. I wish they would have done that earlier, in the middle of the match or something, and then had an exciting finish. But whatever. It was all for entertainment. So, we said, those things don't really matter.
Right.
People don't really care. When they announce it for the next week, I'm the blah, blah, blah Royal Champion. It's yeah, okay, whatever. That doesn't, whatever. Cool.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess congrats to Braun. Good job, buddy. Miss fucking that guy. Yo, he came out ripped.
Dude, yeah, Katie said the same thing to me. She's like, has he gotten ripped? I'm like, yes. Yes, he has. I've never seen him that big. Or just that cut.
Yeah, he was cut. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah, that was... Yeah, I don't even know. I've never seen Braun look like that before. Ever.
No, me either.
And he has gotten in phenomenal shape. And on top of that, for SmackDown, him coming out to Joe. Have they never wrestled before?
I don't think so, and I didn't know that I needed it.
Dude, okay. So that's fucking hilarious that you just said that. Our good pal David from LA texted me and he goes, Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe, the feud I didn't know I wanted, but I need.
Yeah. I'd never thought of it. I've never thought of those two really. I think they might have all been in that fatal 4-way or something a while ago.
Oh yeah, I
think that was it. Yeah. But they've never had a feud. Now, and I was like, who's Joe gonna go? Who could Joe go against that'd be even interesting? And it was then out comes Braun, and I was like, holy shit, this could be an incredible feud.
Right. And I was kind of wondering if they were going to switch Joe back to Raw next week. If they're going to switch the titles again, how they did a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah.
Who's the Intercontinental? Oh yeah, Balor. Yeah. So I was kind of thinking that may happen, which that very well could happen. Braun could stay on Raw and you get those to the Switch. Which
Yeah.
I could totally see happening. There's a rumor out that SmackDown's going to get fucking stacked after next week to fucking ramp up their Fox deal.
It would be smart.
Yeah, would be very smart. Oh, by the way, back on NXT for 1 second, shout out that we forgot to mention. They showed Kushida in the crowd.
Oh, yeah.
The Time Splitter. Let's go. I love him so much.
Forgot about that.
I love him. His Back to the Future. Apparently, he's keeping the Back to the Future gimmick, which is fucking awesome. I love it, dude. Comes out dressed as Marty every match. Marty McFly, not Skrull. It's fucking... But, so back to Mania. What was the other... Oh, so the Revival versus Hawkins and Ryder for the tag titles. I love it. Love that they're letting Ryder and Hawkins finally go with the titles and let Hawkins finally get that win, break the streak.
Yeah.
The other streak has been broken.
I remember I was like, oh, it'd be cool if they won, but I was also like, man, if Revival loses, I feel like that's kind of... I feel like if Revival were to lose and they didn't really try to do anything with with Hawkins and Ryder, that it would just be stupid to the Revival. Like, they've had them lose all these matches and shit, and it's like, why would you have your best tag team? But it seems like they're gonna keep, kind of pushing Ryder and Hawkins, which now I'm fine with. It's like, all right, yeah, cool, whatever. That's like, throw them in the tag division. They're interesting. They're entertaining. They're two big goofy idiots who aren't bad to watch in the ring. So
they're actually pretty good.
Yeah. So yeah, that was nuts, man. I mean, that was the second title change of the night after the Buddy Murphy.
Mm-hmm. What the fuck?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just turned on NXT from last night, and they have a new intro, and it's like all the NXT wrestlers like walking forward, kind of like the old school like Warzone.
Yeah.
But it's like they're all together in the ring, like heels and faces, and they're all just like chanting like at like the fucking camera, with like Gargano like leading them all.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's a little weird with like Undisputed Era's like in the corner, like.
Okay, I don't know who camp with that.
Let's make it like Warzone, without exploding trash cans and Stone Cold.
Not as cool.
No, but congrats to Hawkins Ryder. Fucking sweet, man. I thought they were gonna drop it on Raw the next night, and they didn't.
So did I. Yeah, congrats to those guys.
All right, let's get into the main show, WrestleMania. Kind of flying through this. I like this. I like the speed we're going at right now.
Yeah.
See, first match, WrestleMania was... Let's see if we can like keep it like going without looking it up. Like,
oh, well, I know this. I mean, first match. I mean,
oh yeah,
you're sitting there. What the fuck's the first match going to be tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, if we're not going to be last, we're not going to sit around. It's like, that's probably actually very, very true. That Brock's like, I'm going on first no matter what.
I like that.
Sitting here for 9 hours.
It was believable.
Oh, I liked it.
It's believable.
Yeah, exactly. And then out comes the Beast Slayer with a cool entrance. I liked it.
That was fucking awesome.
I wonder how hard he tried to get in contact with Game of Thrones. Like, is there any teasing bit thing I can do for my entrance?
Right.
Because he's kind of done like the Game of Thrones things the last couple Manias, I think.
He did the Night King last year. And did he do anything the year prior? Against Triple H? Oh, I guess it was like the Kingslayer. Yeah, the Kingslayer.
The Kingslayer. Then he did like the Nightwalker kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which was sick. So I was like, I thought he was going to do something with Game of Thrones coming around. I was like, nah, he probably doesn't have too much to do. And I was like, I wonder if he tried to get in contact with them. Like, please, can I do anything for like this next season or something? But I thought the entrance was cool. And then out comes Seth, and Brock just starts beating the living piss out of him.
Yeah. Holy shit, yeah.
Took a beating, and I was like, oh my god, he's actually going to win, I bet.
I thought so. I texted you, I'm like, dude, because it's so early, does this mean Seth's losing? Because the crowd wouldn't be completely dead after it?
Yeah. I was like, oh my god, they're actually going to keep it on Brock. I was like, it's going to be like a squash match, and it's just going to be fucking ridiculous. But lo and behold.
I was shocked. I was actually shocked when Seth won with just the curb stomps. I thought I was going to take some other shit, but nope. Curb stompage, some curb stompage, some curb stompage.
Yeah. The match as a whole was, I mean, it wasn't nothing special.
It is,
I mean,
it is what it is.
It is what it was going to be. I think we were kind of hoping maybe for like the Finn Balor, Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles kind of match.
That's what I thought we were going to get.
So did I. And I think obviously that probably would have went over better.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been a little more entertaining, but
I think we were all just like, fuck, finally, it's over. Like,
yeah. I mean, did the low blow, which I'm glad he kind of talked about on Raw. He was like, I maybe took a little bit of a cheap route, but hey, that's nothing Brock wouldn't do. And it's like, you know what? That's fair. Brock took Hey, Brock might have done a low blow, but just beating the shit out of a guy before a match. I mean, that's kind of the equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't blame him. He did what he had to do to get us the freaking title back, and he does the cool Seth Rollins title belt swing at the top of the ramp.
I was like, dude, he wasn't doing it at first, and I looked at Katie. I'm like, he better fucking do that swing. He better swing that fucking belt. I'm gonna be pissed if he doesn't swing that fucking belt. And
so
she's
was
like,
I.
And I looked down for like a second. I was getting ready to tweet, swing that fucking belt, and Katie just smacks me. She goes, Todd, look. I was like, yes.
Yeah, I was like, if he doesn't swing the belt, what the fuck? I like how that's kind of become his like little mania thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm just fucking glad the title is back on Raw.
Me too. Thank fucking God. And dude, this is like, when's the last time we've had champions, world champions, when it comes to actually up and down the entire roster right now? When's the last time we've had champions that like everybody likes, like the fans actually enjoy as champions? It's
been a while,
dude. It's legit. I can't tell you the last time. It's been years, man. And the last time that I'm thinking of like when Bryan and Punk, Ryder, I think Kofi and Evan Bourne were tag team champions. Like, I think AJ Lee was the Divas champion at the time, and then like. That might legit be the last time that I can remember that every title holder at the time was like awesome. Cody was the Intercontinental Champion too.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're probably right. It's been a fucking while since it's been like, all right, cool. We have champions that you can actually do. It's not like you have. It's like you have the title on fucking goddamn Jinder Mahal, and it's like, okay, cool, and nobody cares. I
still can't believe he won. I still can't believe he won that Fatal 4-Way last year.
Yeah, that was a thing.
Like, how does Rusev not win that match? Or fucking Bobby Roode?
No idea.
Rusev, of all people, should have won that match.
Oh, yeah. I mean, easily.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, let's go to Styles, Randy Orton. What a match, dude.
Yeah. It was everything it was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are like, why you just have these singles match? Like, it's not even like a title. It's like, dude, you have Randy Orton, AJ Styles.
It's a dream match. They never
wrestled each
other.
They did a good job within like the few weeks they had building up a nice little feud.
Yeah.
On the mic, and then just went out there and they just did what pros do, man. They just put on a good storytelling match. I remember you and Bowman had a group text, and we were like, what the fuck is this crowd chanting? Turned out they were chanting, please turn off that light.
Yeah.
Which the chants were making me mad. I was like, these people don't care about this fucking match, man. What the hell?
It turns out they do care about the match because they want to watch the match.
Yeah. So to their defense, like, you have this big, bright, shining light. Randy Orton goes on social media.
He apologizes in a heel way. Like,
yeah.
I love that. I love the way he did it. Like, he was like legit apologizing, but then ends it with like, you missed a fucking awesome match. Like,
right, yeah, you missed a fucking phenomenal match, the best match of the night or something like that. And he's right, man. That's stuff that shouldn't happen, and we've seen it happen. I can't remember what other show it was. I don't think it was like a big pay-per-view, but it was something, and there was a light shining, and the crowd, like, there was a picture of it. It was like this annoying-ass light just kept shining in the crowd.
It was a Mania, I think.
Was it Mania?
I think so.
Maybe last year or a year before or something. It was like, yeah, and the crowd was like, what the fuck? Like,
it's
we
like,
can't
hey, dipshits,
see.
Wouldn't you want to test this shit out, like, at night, like, when nobody's there? Like, wouldn't you want to, like, see, like, what it is?
Yeah, it's like, damn.
Aside from the lighting, what did you think of the stage?
It wasn't anything spectacular,
but
I didn't hate it. It was huge. My only thought was, how many Rey Mysterios can you fit on that screen? Because that thing was huge. I mean, it was It was what it was. I thought it'd have a little more New York vibe to it.
Mm-hmm. Dude, I thought they were going to also, but like, I thought it was fucking cool because it reminded me of the old like Raw's War Titantron. So there's just a big giant screen, and it kept the focus on the performers. Like,
yeah, definitely. I agree with that.
And that's what I really liked about it. I thought it was fucking cool to just keep it on the performers. And it reminded me, as fucking stupid as that Saudi Arabia show was, they had one of the coolest Titantrons ever because that screen was so fucking massive.
Yeah, that was.
Like, that was one of the biggest screens I think I've ever seen. It made fucking Braun Strowman look like Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, I thought the other cool thing about the entrance was like the second ramp they had, so not everybody was walking down. Like, it made the entrances a little quicker.
Yeah, I like that too.
I thought that was a really good idea. They did a good job at like kind of hiding the performers walking up that ramp before they get into like the middle of it. So yeah, I thought the setup was pretty cool. Other than that stupid ass light shining, but yeah, that to the match, just a good match. I'm surprised AJ went over. I thought. I was kind of going with the indie wrestling versus WWE, and I thought Vince would be like, WWE's going to go over.
Well, in all fairness to Mr. Styles now, I think he's kind of Mr. WWE now, so.
Oh, yeah. And it makes sense because with Randy's probably schedule, he's probably cutting down his time, you know, and AJ just signed a new one. Thank God. Have him go over because it's going to. Right. Why have Randy go over and then not really have Randy on? Even though he showed up on SmackDown Thursday or Tuesday. I heard he did, but I know I missed a little bit of the show, so I probably missed that spot.
It was during the 6-man tag match at the very beginning of the show. Ali won the match, and then right after that, Orton popped up out of nowhere and RKO'd Ali. And then as he was walking away, Rusev was in the ring, like just being Rusev, like next to Ali, just like fucking mouthing him as he's down. And then all of a sudden, Owens popped up in the ring, gave him a stunner.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so then Owens walked out just like how Orton did. So I'm guessing they're going towards Kevin Owens and Randy Orton next.
Cool.
And we got Money in the Bank's the next pay-per-view. They switched it, I guess.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Kind of crazy.
I'm okay with it.
But yeah, I'm with it.
Keeps the ball rolling. I like it.
Yeah, definitely.
But on that match, apparently AJ Styles got hurt at the very end of the match.
Oh.
So that's why he wasn't on SmackDown. Apparently, Big E, Styles, and Daniel Bryan are all injured right now.
Joy.
Yeah, exactly.
Big E's injured. That guy was just doing the splits.
Yeah, I know. I think he got injured in the main event match on SmackDown this past week.
Ah, okay.
But, fucking... Just what a match. Styles. Yeah, I think Styles is totally Mr. WWE now, how we just talked about it. And I'm trying to think. There was something else that happened in that match. Oh, Katie was like, why did Orton just jump up in the air and just fall down? Like, he was going for the RKO, Katie's like, but that doesn't make sense. Like, Styles is on the other side. I'm like, Katie.
God, she's so dumb.
No, like, she's either, like, really, like, she'll pull something out of her ass, and I'll just be like, how did you just think of that? Like, I didn't even think of that. And then she'll say something like that. I'm just like, God damn it. Like, how are you so up and down?
Yeah, I actually thought that was I thought that was a really good job what they did, kind of storytelling about how they know each other's moves and what probably was going to come, and that AJ's going to go for the jump, and he's like, Orton's going to probably try to catch with the RKO, fake him out. So
yeah,
which I knew was probably going to happen in the match, but it's still just fucking perfect storytelling.
Did it seem like these matches on Mania were finally like pacing of an NXT TakeOver, like a little bit?
Yes, that's what made the hours go by pretty quick. Like, if it would have ended at 10:30, 11, I would have been like, that really wasn't too bad because the pacing throughout the show was really good.
Mm-hmm. Like, the matches to me were booked as, like, they kept going a little bit. And I liked it because it reminded me of a TakeOver. And I'm like, and that's how they should be. That's what wrestling should be. And that was WWE's biggest problem, in my opinion, is that their matches on the pay-per-view aren't that good when the matches on the pay-per-view should be fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, they cut out all, like, the extra hokey kind of Mania media shit and just focused on the matches. Which
there was no live performance other than Elias, like, which makes sense that it's Elias because he's the wrestler. Like, give him time. So let's move on. Let's go to that Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match for the SmackDown Tag Team titles. That was just a good, solid match. Like, nothing special, but, like, I'm glad the Usos got the win. That's their first WrestleMania win that wasn't on the kickoff show.
Yeah, that's why I said to you and Bowman, I'd text you. I was like, I was really hoping, like, if Ricochet and Black won, that would have been awesome.
Yep.
That just would have been awesome. But the Usos deserve it, man. The past 5-6 years, they've just been doing incredible, and they've been disrespected by being put on kickoff shows and stuff when they shouldn't, and they deserved it. They deserved this Mania win, for sure.
For sure. I totally agree. And I think our question was answered, why weren't the Hardys in the match? I think we know now.
We found out.
Yeah. Can't believe that. So they got the last tag team titles that they never won. Props to them.
Yeah, so I guess now they go to NXT, win those.
Yeah.
After that, they'll probably go to AEW, win those.
It wouldn't surprise me if they went to NXT and like just won the tag titles there for like a night just to say they had him.
Oh, that'd be
It
awesome.
really would not surprise me.
Oh, no, not at all. I think it'd be cool if like they end up going to AEW in a couple of years or something and win those tag titles.
I think they're totally going to. Jeff just talked about AEW and how excited he is for them and how much him and Matt love the Young Bucks and stuff. So I think that's totally happening at some point.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, nothing really special in that match, that tag team match.
No. I mean, shout out to Ricochet and Black though for still doing like. The match they had Friday they took a fucking beating.
Yeah, they did.
And to go out there at Mania and still put on an incredible performance, I mean, I was just like, my God, how are these guys still going?
And shout out to Ricochet's sell of the Brogue Kick. Holy shit.
Oh my God.
He sold the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
Or he just legit just got kicked in the face. Like
one or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, he took a fucking beating. After Friday when he did that what's the move he did off like towards the end of the match off like the top rope where I think it might have actually hurt him a bit. The
where he double flips?
Think so, yeah. And I think he moved
yeah, he did move out of the way. I was like, I've never seen him not hit that move. Like,
yeah, and I think he hit that hard.
Yeah, he did.
And I think that banged him up a little bit because then when he was still doing shit on Sunday, I was like, this guy's incredible. He is the one and only.
The trainers were checking on him after the match, and they were trying to keep it off camera too.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't
I think that spot fucked him up.
I think it may have also. Like, I think it did like a little bit, not like a lot, but it looked like it fucking hurt. It looked like he smacked down on it like hard. No pun intended.
Yeah, it shook him up definitely a bit. But yeah, other than that, the Fatal 4-Way it was just a good match, you know?
It was.
It didn't need to be anything crazy either, in my opinion.
No, not at all.
So.
Not at all. Let's move on. Let's move on to, and what my opinion of this match is, man, you know what? Sorry, Walter and Pete Dunne, I'm bumping down the fourth best match of the week because this is my third best match of the week. This is, my opinion, a WrestleMania classic. I think it's going to go down as one of the all-time great WrestleMania matches that we've ever seen. And that would be fucking The Miz versus Shane McMahon. Holy shit, what a war. What a fun fucking match. Like, it reminded me of Triple H and Undertaker from WrestleMania 17 when they were just fighting all over the place in the crowd.
Yep.
And I love that match. Like,
yeah, Shane Miz was it was perfect. It was
wild. Everything.
Yeah. And I was like, man, really a false count anywhere? How are you going to, like, in a Mania setting, how do you do that?
Right.
With, like, how the big of a venue and stuff, like, do you go backstage? Do you take that time of getting back there? That's taking up a lot of time. But they did a good job going through the crowd. I know some people were saying, like, as a fan there, it was hard to follow, but on TV, probably pretty awesome to watch. And it was. I don't know how Shane does it. Like, I'm 26, and I would, like, I'd be out for, like, a year.
Oh, dude,
with some of those bumps.
I used to, like, be like Shane. I would love jumping off shit. Like, I still kind of do like jumping off of stuff. Like, if it's in, like, a body of water, I'm all for it. Like, I'm jumping off that shit. Like, I love the adrenaline, and I love everything about it. If it's, like, a big bunch of boxes, I might do it also. Like...
Yeah. But if I got to climb like an 8-foot fence and drop off of it, I'm not trusting my knees and ankles.
Yeah, no, fuck no. God, no. Goddamn, just holy shit, man. Like,
Yeah.
And how about the fucking spot where he bounces off the golf cart and just falls onto that fucking floor? Like,
so I was about to say, I don't think he was supposed to fall off the golf cart.
I don't think so either, dude. My stomach dropped when he fell off of it because he fell like backwards off of it.
Yeah. That spot was awesome, but when he slid off, like I'm pretty sure he was supposed to just kind of fall on it,
I think
and then
so
probably just kind of start getting beat up. But he bounced off that son of a bitch, and I was like, oh no, Shane is dead.
Dude, I thought Shane broke his neck for real.
Yeah, because he fell. He did not fall pretty.
No, he did not. And
say that.
My jaw was dropped. I couldn't believe I just saw that happen. I was like, I think I just witnessed Shane McMahon get paralyzed.
Yeah, definitely. I was like, oh my god, that wasn't supposed to happen at all. That's not good.
And of all like the things that Shane has done, I'm like, that of course that's going to be the thing that fucks him up.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then that finish.
Woo. Oh boy.
Shout out Miz.
No shit, dude.
For taking that spot too.
Just being a team player, giving Shane giving Shane a win too.
Every segment program Miz has gotten over the last couple of years, I think he just raises his bar more and more.
Right, I agree.
Somehow, in some way, whether it's promos or a match or something, he's been very consistent. I think the last few years, just doing what he does, and to take that, we knew a spot was coming, and I really thought it was just going to be Shane taking the spot, but holy fuck, that happened, and I was like, you got to be kidding me.
I couldn't believe it.
What a fun! Obviously we're just talking like I never want to do like I'd die, but like the adrenaline you get from taking that spot, like no matter how much you're hurting, those two are probably on like a stretcher backstage, like, hey, that was sweet.
Yeah, like they're totally like, dude, we just tore the fucking house down.
Yeah, how many other people would want to do that? Like that was awesome.
Insane. And have to give a little shout out to George.
Mr. Miz with the fighting stance, which I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I feel like Miz was probably like, look as stupid as possible.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, and you know what? He took some bumps. He took some bumps from Shane, and it was cool. That was perfect too. It wasn't too much because you knew he was going to be involved somehow, and they did it perfectly. It was just a little bit of a build up with George and Shane. Crowd was getting into it, and then Shane just kind of gets into him, and which was great because then it gave full. The crowd was all for Miz after that, and
right.
Damn it, that stance though was so funny,
dude. I just love all these memes that are coming out about it.
Oh my god, I love this stuff. Man, when they do stuff like that and it's good, it's good.
It is.
And you just enjoy it. You're like, this is the entertainment part where you're just like, god damn.
It's like, this is what I forget. Like the fucking thing from Raw 2 weeks ago with Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte. Just the goofy, over the top like skit that they did with the police. I'm like, this is what wrestling should be. It should be over the top. It should be goofy. It should be like fucking cartoonish, like a little bit, but not to the like there's a point where there's a line, and I think WWE hit it perfectly with those 4 or 3.
Yeah.
And you could say the same with fucking just adding Mr. Potato Head to the fucking thing with Miz and Shane. Like, I pop every time Shane calls him that. I pop every time.
So do I.
I don't know if it's because it's like Shane's like accent, like his little like Connecticut accent when he says it. Mr. Potato Head. Because
potato.
It's the way he bobs his head because heel Shane's such a fucking asshole.
Oh yeah,
it's hilarious though. Heel Shane is hilarious.
The
biggest dickhead way possible.
Yeah, I hate him, but he's good at being a heel. Like where I'm like, God, fuck this guy, but it's so entertaining.
It is, man.
Yeah, because he's just like a little cocky little rich kid from Connecticut.
He is. I will never forget when they're in the crowd when they're fighting in the crowd, you hear a fan go, "Where's your Main Street posse, Shane?" Also shout out to the fan, which it's been posted on Twitter, and when I watched that match back, you can see it perfectly. There's a sign that a fan's holding up, and it shows Cena and his new girlfriend, and it said, "Nikki fears this."
No way, I must have missed that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's like, this is what Nikki fears. And it shows a picture of Cena just walking like hand in hand with his new girlfriend.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, good match. One of my favorites. I know it's just a all-around perfect storytelling, and Shane goes over. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Both of them came out on top of that, no matter what. So.
Oh, for sure. They were both. I mean, like I said, it's a WrestleMania classic. Like, like me and you said for fucking like 3 years now. And Aaron brought it. I think Aaron was the one that wrote the article, brought it to our attention. What happened to the WrestleMania classics? And this year, I think you got them back. Like,
yeah, it was the perfect blend of moments and classics.
Yep.
What it was.
The matches finally meant something. Like, yeah,
it wasn't just we're like, oh, what's the moment? Where's the moment? It was like the matches were great with the moments. So that's what you want. You finally got it. I did. You know what? Somebody at Titan Towers listening to this.
Oh, they fucking yeah, they are.
That's
fucking
for sure.
right.
They just don't want to pay us.
Yeah, Doug Armstrong definitely listens to us. Except for, hey, Sanford isn't ready. Take him out of the lineup, Doug.
Yeah, come on, Doug.
Come on, Doug. Well, we'll talk about that on Offended, probably at the very beginning, because why wouldn't we? But
right.
So moving on, let's get to the women's Fatal 4-Way Tag Team title match. I actually was not looking forward to this match at all. This was the one match on the card I was like, ugh, I don't care. I was like, I just don't care. I looked at Kate and go, I don't care unless the Iconics win, and I go, which they're not going to do, so I don't fucking care. And then... when I saw Beth Phoenix have Bayley on the top rope, which, actually, let me rewind. The match was pretty good. Was pretty good. It was entertaining. I'm like, this is better than I thought it was going to be, not going to lie.
You know why it was good?
Because Nia wasn't in it that much?
Because they kept Nia and Tamina out of it.
Yep.
And I know that sounds mean, but honestly, if they would have had any involvement in it, it just would have been so freaking... It just would have been... because nobody cares. Nothing they do is special and entertaining. So they kept them out of the match, and it was just it was good. Definitely, like you, it exceeded my expectations.
Yeah, and then so when Beth had Bayley up in the air for the what's her finisher called? The Glam
Slam?
Yeah. When she had it up, I saw Billie Kay pop up. I'm like, oh my god, I think she just made the fucking tag. They're gonna win. I was like, they're gonna fucking win.
Yeah, I think I missed the tag.
Yeah, I saw she popped up in the corner. You could see her just barely pop up in the corner of the screen because the camera shot's like facing like where they're like Beth had her up on like the turnbuckle, so it was kind of blocking like the view. But you could see Billie Kay under her leg just like pop up and reach up. I'm like, oh my god, she just made the fucking tag. And then that roll up, I popped. I jumped out of my seat. I was like, they fucking won.
Yeah, I popped too. Our good friend Bowman was not happy.
No, not at all. Not at all.
He was not a happy camper because he hates how annoying the Iconics are, but I love it.
A lot of, they are getting good reactions. That crowd popped when they won. Like
they did. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they did. And I was like, fuck yeah, that's awesome.
That is awesome. And shout out to them and fucking this guy on Twitter. I don't know if you saw this. I think it was under Offended. Some guy on Twitter is like, how did the Iconics win? They're like the worst wrestlers of all time. And I responded, I go, have you seen Tamina wrestle? He goes, all right, I stand down. Point proven.
Yeah.
It's like how that's the response. I stand down. Point proven.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, their in-ring stuff maybe isn't the...
It's not good.
Technically, maybe it's not the best.
No.
But
Peyton's
it works
better
for
than
them.
Billy.
But I think it works for them because they're supposed to just be like spazzy and like
exactly.
It's not supposed to be clean. It's not supposed to be pretty. It's not supposed to be big, awesome moments.
Exactly.
And I think I said this a few weeks ago, and you were like, "Really? You like him in the ring?" And I guess I didn't do a good job explaining that. Had I done that, you'd probably been like, "Oh, I understand." I was just like, "No, I like him in the ring." It sounded like a fucking mark, but it's just like because they're just like running around. They're screaming a bunch, like, cover her, do this, do that. Dude, it's like, oh my god, shut up, just shut up.
They're
but, like,
a throwback
you love them.
to
It's like Edge and Christian.
Exactly, they're a throwback to like 80s wrestling where it's pure gimmick based, and it works. And I think like sometimes like nowadays, I think the gimmick's missing a little bit. Like, and I agree with like what the Undertaker said, like on an interview, like about a year ago, maybe a few months ago, whenever that was, when he's like, "There's not a lot of gimmicks anymore," and he's like, that's where Undertaker like was giving props to Elias. He's like, he has a gimmick, it works. Yeah. He's like, and I think like. And the Undertaker just kept giving him praise, and I think maybe that's why Undertaker and Elias had their thing on Raw, because it's like, man, like he likes him, like, you know, he just wants to be in the ring with him.
You need the thing. The other thing too is like, some of them even have a gimmick, but when they get in the ring, you don't get a sense of their gimmick. It's like Ember Moon for me. That's why my big thing with her is like, you have this persona that like you do with your entrance and stuff, but when you do your promos or like you're in the ring, I'm not seeing that like part of you a bit. Like it's missing. Like you need to sell that gimmick in the ring as well. And like you said, like
Balor.
That's what
Balor has his gimmick.
Exactly. And like the Iconics, I think just they do a good job. They're like
even fucking
all the way
Bobby
through.
Lashley has his gimmick right now. Like,
yeah, just being nothing. Yeah, I can do that.
No, he's just a big dumb ogre who has like who has a hype man. Like
I know. Yeah, but you're right. No, you're right. He does.
That's so hard for you to say.
It is. But I'm not going to be a complete fucking douche. Yeah, you know, I will admit when things are correct in this business. But the main thing I want to say for Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, like, and I told Bowman this. I was like, I might have texted in that group. I was like, the other thing is like these two have been wrestling together since. I want to say high school, I think. Am I wrong on that, or am I right?
So I think you're right. They've known each other for a really long time.
They've known each other forever and grinded through together to get to this point. To have that moment is also just very cool. And they did a good job. They showed their emotion. They kind of, they teared up in the ring, which that's just going to come out. I mean, hell, it comes out of us just watching. But then they did a good job just kind of going back to, being the Iconics, and in the ring celebrating, doing their
Dude, when
doing
Billy
their
Kay
strut.
was like crying and did the strut. And like she did it quickly, and Peyton Royce like, I can't do it.
yeah. It's just cool, man. It's cool when you know there's a little more behind it than like, oh, why the fuck are they? It's like, you know what, man? Just look at it in a different light of these two have they're not just two pretty faces that got into this because they looked pretty and somebody saw them. They wanted to be wrestlers, and they took the hard path and fucking have a huge moment at Mania.
Yeah.
So, in a match that a lot of people like us probably didn't care about and ended up being a good match. So, it's just cool. It's cool stuff.
Yep. Yes, it is. Moving on. We're going to skip the next match for now. Well, I want to end on that match.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You're talking about Roman and Drew?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that is the next match, isn't it, now that I'm thinking about it? Or was there one right before that? Aside from the championship match,
I think what was right before that was the Cena Elias segment,
which was awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you wanted. I know it wasn't a match, but I mean,
let's get into it quickly. But
one, I loved the Elias 3-man performance thing. I thought it was kind of cool. It might have been a little long, but it was funny. It was very Elias. I liked it.
Like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, it's Elias, Katie. Just take it in.
Yeah, just soak it in. But yeah, and then the Babe Ruth thing, which a lot of people don't. They're kind of like, I don't. Even though it was Cena that came out, they don't get it. What it is for people, and maybe it's some people that don't know baseball. Babe Ruth is the great one. He's the great Bambino. John Cena has just been called the greatest of the company, so it kind of makes sense matching Babe Ruth little intro with John Cena. And
if if we're being real here, if people don't want to admit that Cena is one of the greatest of all time, we can just get the fuck out. Like,
yeah, please.
If we're talking strictly gimmick based, like Hogan, Cena, Rock, and Austin.
Oh yeah.
I don't think you can compare them. Maybe maybe you can squeeze an Undertaker's face in there somewhere. But I don't even think Undertaker's on the level that Hogan, Rock, Austin, and Cena were.
No, not at all.
Yeah, and if we're going wrestler wise, then we have fucking Michaels, Flair, possibly put in Bryan in there when he retires. Like,
right.
And whoever, there's that. The fourth one could be an argument. Like, but seeing that was just awesome. Seeing the Doctor Thugonomics when that music went off, I just looked at Katie like, no fucking way, because Katie's never heard that music before. So God. She's like, what is it? I go, it's fucking John Cena. And she's like, no, it's not. I'm like, yes, it is. This is heel John Cena, too.
It's the Doctor of Thuggin. I popped. Fucking 12-year-old me came out so hard. I was, oh my God, dude.
And that rap.
Perfect.
It was. It brought me back to when he would do that before every match. I'm like, God damn it. This is so good.
Perfect. It was perfect. I loved every bit about it. What made me fucking so mad though is that Cena was like, you're about to get the FU, and then Michael Cole was like, he's gonna hit him with the what is now the attitude adjustment. I was like, oh my God, come on, you really can't say it.
No, and did you hear Corey Graves was getting ready to say it, and then he went silent, like Vince was in his ear being like, don't say it.
God.
But it was so funny, other than that moment on commentary, the whole night for WrestleMania was like a TV-14 show. It was not a PG show at all.
No, not at all.
Like, if you're going to Miz and Shane, that was not, like, PG-friendly. Like,
no, not at all.
There's a few other things that happened, and I was just like, that's not PG, and I love it. Like, this is why the show's been so good, because it's a little more edgy. Like,
yeah. But yeah, Cena comes out, and I just felt like a 12-year-old again. Just like, this is the best thing ever.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Yeah.
Same. That was awesome. All right, let's move on. There was another match in between. I just remembered. Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, United States title. Obviously, Ray is hurt right now. His ankle got fucked up in that Baron Corbin match, so that's why the match was only a minute long.
Yeah, went how I thought it would. So
yeah, and I liked how the match actually went because it made Joe legit look like a badass now. Like,
yeah, instead of just getting fucking buried and losing matches that he shouldn't for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Oh, that's what it was. Okay, so I have the sound off on NXT. Apparently, they got a new theme song.
Oh.
That's Slipknot.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's going to be like, I'm going to kill you, basically, but...
Maybe not that extreme, but yeah.
No, but you know what I mean. It's like Raw's War, like our theme song for the wrap-up, like, that we use.
Yeah. We were just talking about that. We just talked about that last week. I was like, man, just even like about like Mania themes and stuff. It's like we need something to like hype you up.
Dude,
like,
I'm not gonna lie. That fucking One Republic song grew on me. I was like, this is getting me fucking hyped up. Actually, I don't know why. I normally don't like songs like that for like WrestleMania, but I'm like, I'm digging this one for some reason.
You're a loser.
No, it's just like I don't know. It was like a good mix of like, I don't know why. I really don't know why, but I'm just like, I was listening to it in the car, like before like I was driving somewhere on this weekend and that song came on. I was like, fuck, man, I'm ready for WrestleMania. This is actually working. Like, this is getting me hyped up for fucking WrestleMania. And god damn it, props to Vince McMahon for this, because that's exactly what the point of it was. Get a popular song that everybody knows as the theme song for WrestleMania, so that way when it comes on the fucking radio, you're going to be like, fuck, I'm ready for WrestleMania.
Not this guy.
Well, you're not driving around right now, so.
No, I'm not.
All right, let's move on. Drew McIntyre, Roman Reigns, in my opinion, the worst match of the weekend.
Yeah, that was like a match you just see on Raw.
Yeah, nothing happened. Nothing special happened. Drew should have won over. Drew should have, like, legit beat the shit out of Roman.
Yeah. Like, I don't think Roman winning. I don't think like did anything for him. Like, I think Vince thought that like, oh, it'll be like the comeback from beating cancer kind of story. But
he
like,
had no reaction.
No, if he would have got his shit kicked in and just completely got demolished by Drew, that would have been a good match.
That may have woken back up the crowd.
Yeah, definitely would have put everybody. I mean, just kind of nobody.
That was when the crowd started falling asleep. It was like that match is when the crowd started like getting out of it.
Yeah, it was like a match you just see on Raw. It really wasn't anything special.
No, it wasn't. And
which sucks for Drew.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, you kind of feel bad for Roman because it's not his fault. Like,
true, yeah.
Like, he's not booking his own shit. Like,
right.
And I think that gets lost on these fans. It's like, dude, Roman can't Roman would like to fix this shit. Like,
yeah,
he doesn't want to go around and constantly be booed because he's getting booed again. Like,
I know. Well,
it's
it was
already
New York,
happening.
but...
but like, I didn't think it would happen this quickly.
I didn't either. Well, because it's almost like, I don't know, it's almost like too predictable, I guess. Like, we know what's going to happen. Like, you want to try to get all the feel-good moments for Roman, which I get that makes sense. But, like, honestly, story-wise, it makes sense if you just had somebody keep beating him down.
But Roman legit kind of lost, in my opinion, ever since. So crowd was over for him when he came back for the first few weeks. But the last couple weeks, including WrestleMania, dude, he hasn't really been getting a reaction. Like, because the crowd's too afraid to boo him right now because they look like assholes if they boo him.
Yeah.
So the crowd's really kind of not responding, which is the worst thing that you want. Like,
yeah, I think they're almost like kind of waiting for something, like a reason to boo him or a reason to cheer, other than he beat leukemia, and they haven't. Vince booking hasn't really done anything to give anybody a reason to show any emotion.
And that's why, like, I think like they kind of need to turn him heel now. And it wasn't like before. It's just like, oh, turn him heel, turn him heel. Now I legit think that it needs to happen. Like, it legit needs to happen because he has lost so much momentum and so much steam that, like, dude, the crowd legit was just like, oh, there's Roman. Oh, well. Like, there was no Roman sucks chance in that match at all. Like,
no, he's almost in, like, and this isn't, like, taking a shot at him, but, like, the Apollo Crews kind of area where it's, like, nothing against Apollo Crews. He's good in the ring, but I feel like he doesn't really get much reactions, kind of. Like, maybe it's for some cool moves, and that's nothing against him, but, like, creative's not giving the crowd a reason to, like, really show any emotion.
Right. And, like, it's the Raw after WrestleMania. Legit, probably the worst Raw, one of the worst Raw after WrestleManias. It was a good show. Like, it was a fun show. But normally the Raw after WrestleManias, the ending is fucking massive. Like, the ending of the Raw after Manias, or it's somewhere in the show. There's a massive twist, or a massive swerve that you don't see coming.
Yeah.
That show needed to end with Roman fucking over Rollins in that match. Or, like,
yep.
That's how that match should have ended. That match should have ended with Roman coming out and, like, New Day coming out with, like, being like, what's going to happen? And then, like, Roman gets in the ring and spears Rollins, and that's the DQ. And then he beats down the New Day. Like, legit just beats down everybody. Because if they're sending Drew over to SmackDown, who's the top heel now on Raw?
Exactly. And we were just talking about this last week where I was like, Drew should go over on Roman, beat the shit out of him so he can be that top heel on Raw.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like we're getting Drew versus Kofi on SmackDown, which I'm totally for.
Definitely.
I don't want Drew to beat him for the title, but he might. But I
mean, it makes sense though. Like, story-wise, I'm okay with it because, like, it makes. I'm with it.
Yeah.
It actually makes sense. So.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they just. Like I said, I feel more bad for Drew that he had to go through that stale match because he has worked his ass off to become a really hated wrestler as a heel, and he has to go through that too. And it's like he didn't even help Drew at all in that match. So I don't know. Yeah, it was probably the worst match of the weekend.
Yeah, it was. Nothing happened.
No.
Let's move on. Let's move on to what's next. I guess Kurt Angle's farewell match.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, it was nothing. I mean, that's what it was. And honestly, I don't really think we need to stay on it that long. But I mean, just thank you, Angle.
Yeah, and also thank you for sacrificing your body one more time to give us a sick moonsault.
No shit, dude. I was like, no, he's not doing it. He's not doing it. Please don't do it. Then he did. I was like, oh, he actually pulled it off.
And he looked a little more fired up this match. He gave it. It was definitely better than any of the Raw matches he's had recently.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when he did that spot, I was just like, wow, what an unselfish guy to be like, my fucking body is done, but I'm going to do this spot for one last pop. And if he would have hit that and won, oh my God, I would have cried.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, it was what it was. He did the right thing, I guess, getting
Corbin.
Baron, getting him over.
I mean,
so
a lot of people are going to disagree, but I think the right person went over in that match. Like,
Yeah, definitely. And we said it could have went either way, and it would have been fine for Baron. They could have written that either way.
He just needs to lose this fucking gimmick. He needs to like. Did I tell you like my like thing I came up for him? Like,
no.
So it's creepy, but that's how it should be because he's like he comes out with this creepy Titantron. His music's like kind of creepy, and like he just needs to be a guy that doesn't speak, and he just comes out and just beats everybody's ass and doesn't interact with the crowd at all. They're just like kind of like stone walls, like everybody,
right?
And he should come out holding like a fucking like skull of some sort, like. Because he legit collects skulls. Like, that's like, they showed it on Breaking Ground.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's not like just like human skulls. It's like animal skulls or like stuff like that. Fucking call him the Skull Collector. I don't give a fuck. Make it like Mortal Kombat. Like, but that's what he should do. Like, he's like grabbing like their fucking heads until like the refs like separate him. Like, he's a legit psychopath. Like,
yeah, they gotta do something with
his
him.
Gimmick. Give him back his old attire and make that his gimmick. Like, it's like. I should be fucking booking this fucking show.
Yeah, I mean, he showed
like a scary person.
That prick shows up to the fucking Hall of Fame wearing his fucking ring attire.
That was
like one of my favorite. That was like one of my favorite tweets I saw. I was like, that's so fucking funny.
And you could tell you could tell he's a good person, Baron. And not just because I've met him and he was extremely nice and talked to me for a while, but like he legit. I think is a good person. You see him on Up, Up, Down, Down, and just how much Triple H was like fucking with him at the Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah,
like Triple H, you could tell Triple H like loves him. Like
yeah. You know, and he's doing his best with what they're giving him. You know, he is out there trying to do something at least. Like he's getting a reaction. Like you're booing him because it might be so bad, but he's still going at it with a smile on his face, still chugging away. But yeah, I'm with you. They switch him up a bit. Which I think we'll see. I think somebody's got to be getting the sense that it's getting a little stale-ish.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, thank you, Kurt.
Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, Angle. We love you. Yeah. Let's move on to Batista Triple H. It was kind of my favorite part was Batista falling through the ropes. I love how he got up and just like smiled and he's like, whatever.
Oh, like it's funny because it's like Eddie, like it's I take it as like hockey, for instance, where it's like if something bad's gonna happen, it's gonna happen during the big playoffs or something. You know, it's one of those weird things that there's like a weird omen or something around where it's like something unfortunate's gonna happen to somebody, where a mess up's gonna happen where you hope it doesn't, which is WrestleMania. Batista just can't get the goddamn ring even.
Right.
God damn it, Drax.
God damn it. And then what's his name? His co-star holding up his like faces and shit.
Oh yeah, sorry. Buzz.
Buzz.
That was you asshole.
I know. Jesus Christ, I'm just producing a show over here. Trying not to say it out loud.
Oh, sorry. Well, you get on me for the buzz.
I know, my bad. I'm just producing a goddamn show, all right? Just giving you a fair warning. But
with you.
The Triple H entrance was Mad Max. It was okay. It was nothing like his old entrances. Like the Terminator. Nothing beats that fucking Terminator entrance. That was fucking badass.
You know what the best part about it was?
All right.
Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah. But you know what the best part of the Terminator one was?
What?
Is when he tosses his skull off, it goes right into the hole.
Yeah.
And I don't think that was supposed to happen, but it just does perfectly. And I was like, that wasn't supposed to happen. But that's cool.
There's like a guy standing down there and just gets like, what the fuck, dude? So you know what's awesome about that Terminator entrance?
Sorry. I just envisioned it.
Yeah, the guy's just standing. He's like, all right, Triple H, you're in the clear. Oh, what the fuck?
Okay, I'm good.
That's how Sean went cross-eyed.
Yeah.
Fucking. But what's cool about that, and he's done it for other like things too. But all the people that were on the stage dressed up like Terminators, didn't he walk down like an army of Terminators, or was that like a different Mania? Like where they're holding like guns.
That might have been a different Mania. I know what you're talking about, though. I think it was.
Actually. I think it was the one where he wrestled Roman. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But all those guys holding guns were NXT wrestlers, and Ballard like took a picture. He's like, TBT. It's that time I was a Triple H's like walkout guy. I'm like, that's fucking cool. That's cool. Triple H always like intertwines NXT with WrestleMania.
Yeah, his one WrestleMania, Alexa Bliss, Charlotte, and I think Sasha were like the three women that were in like the match too. So he's really good at taking care of people and giving them a little taste. I think he does that almost as like a motivation. Like, hey, you see this? Like, you're a part of this, like hidden as a face, but
like this could be yours.
You could be me. Yeah. So very cool.
On that match, it is what it is. I mean, I wasn't expecting much out of it. The spear through the table was dope, but the fucking Batista's face when he's like acting like he's gonna rip out his nose ring was hilarious.
Yeah.
But
that was good.
Katie's like, did he actually rip it out? I think he actually ripped it out. I'm like, no. Obviously, when he was off camera, he's pulling it out of himself. And Triple H obviously was handed a different one by the referee.
Right.
Like, Jesus Christ. And they're the two, and the fucking, of course, you couldn't get the same colored nose ring?
Oh my God, I know.
Like,
come on.
Jesus Christ. One was gold, one was silver. Like,
little details here, Vince.
Like, and it was noticeable. Like,
oh, it was very noticeable.
But one of the cooler shots I got out of, like, for, like, the tricky edits they do, was the chain wrapped around Batista's face. Like, that picture is awesome. Like,
Batista's into some kinky shit.
But I love how Triple H was basically like Thor flying through the air with the sledgehammer and smoked him.
That was probably my favorite spot of the whole match.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because he hit it perfectly. I wish do they not have a photo of that?
No, I was pissed.
I thought you were going to, I was like, I didn't say, I was almost going to text you and be like, you're just not going to edit this. And I was like, okay, they definitely just don't have a photo of it. Because you would have.
I don't get it, the pictures that they put up sometimes, because if you go back and look at some of my photos, it's missing the endings on a lot of them because there's no pictures of them. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you have these cameramen who miss the endings?
Because you don't got Paul Heyman back in the day taking pictures ringside.
Oh shit! I kind of miss like that.
So do I a little bit, but I get why they don't have it because everything's flying out of the ring now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was like my favorite fucking part of the match.
Mm-hmm.
You got Ric Flair coming down.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, is he gonna show up or not?
Yeah, well, some people didn't like it; they thought it was, really. But yeah, I get why they don't like it. But personally, I mean, I'm okay with it. And you got Batista getting this last match.
Yeah, I was gonna say thank you, Dave Batista, announcing his official retirement the next day, and Batista's just a cool fucking dude, man. He deserves that. Yeah. He deserved that last match, and just you got it out of his system. I mean, how badly he wanted that last match, like legit. Wanted that last match. I know it's kind of funny now when we look back, like, give me what I want. But, like, he really did want it that bad. Like, he's like, I feel like incomplete without wrestling one last time against Triple H.
Yeah. It was cool. Cool way to end it.
It's a cool way to end it. All right, moving on. And an Intercontinental title match. Finn Balor, the Demon, Bobby Lashley. And I know you made fun of it, but I thought Bobby Lashley looked like a fucking badass with those fucking contacts.
He was just trying to fucking outdo Finn. I didn't care. I thought it was dumb. What was the point of it?
I don't know. It just looks like it's WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania. It's all. That's what it is.
He might as well have put two fucking things on his ass and bent over, like he normally does. Do that. Oh, look at me. Hey, Finn Colungus, I got different colored eyes at Mania. Don't care, you big blob.
Don't care, you fucking blob.
I mean, it did look badass. Like, if he did that all the time.
You.
Like, okay. I mean, it looked badass, but I was like, okay, cool, whatever, dude. Nobody cares about your... Oh, look at my eyes. Oh, hey, dude, check out Finn's entrance. Nerd.
That was dope. Dude.
That's like showing up
I will never get
that's
sick
like
of seeing
showing up to school on, like, costume day, and you're like, I got this cool mummy outfit with like toilet paper, and then fucking, Billy fucking shows up with like this badass $300 mummy outfit, and you're just like, God damn it, I should go home.
Yeah, God damn it, thanks for fucking up my life, Finn.
Yeah, but yeah, what a cool Mania entrance. Cool face paint, war paint.
It was dope.
Yeah. What'd you think of the match?
I thought it is what it should have been, honestly. Like,
yeah, that power bomb.
Yeah, dude. Like, Finn's a lot stronger than I thought he was.
Yeah, I've never seen him do a power bomb, and I think that's cool.
It is cool because that was like, that's what Toph always said that was missing with Balor was the fact that like he never saved big moves for when he's the demon, and that's like he totally should.
Or had anything that kind of differentiated the demon from Finn a little bit move wise.
Well, what I didn't like when he was just by like a normal Finn and he started doing it a little more. I'm like, no, this should be saved for the demons. When like that stomping move that he does, like that should be saved for as the demon because it's so quick and aggressive. Like,
I agree.
And maybe if he's gonna do that move, slow it down a bit and do like a different variation of it. Like,
yeah, definitely.
But Finn's awesome, man. Like, I hope he kind of does get moved to SmackDown because well, maybe now you might see him get a little world title push here on Raw against Rollins.
We'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, it is what it is. I liked it, and yeah, that's all I got. That's really all I gotta say. I love the demon, man.
Oh yeah,
he's just so cool to look at. You're just like in awe of him. You're like the paint and everything.
You're jealous you can't be him. Like that's how I feel. Like it's like, damn, I wish I could do that.
I wish I had those abs.
Yeah, dude's ripped.
Yeah, he is. Let's move on. Triple threat match. You ready? You ready for this? Becky,
I'm ready.
The Man, Becky Lynch, Charlotte
Becky
Flair,
2 belts,
and Ronda Rousey. I thought the match was great. Ronda apparently broke her hand at the very beginning of the match.
Yeah, I don't know where though.
She smacked Becky in the face, and she broke her hand on it. And so that's why Becky's like, hey, remember how you told me that my face was breakable? Well, how's your hand feeling?
Oh, wow. Nice.
But I think it's cool because I sent you that picture with her and with Stacey Keibler and like chilling with all three of them. Obviously, they're friends. And Ronda, legit, on the Hall of Fame ceremony and in that picture, Ronda looks like a fucking sweetheart. Like, how well she is at playing a heel. Dude, she doesn't get enough credit, man. She really doesn't get enough credit.
No, she really doesn't. Being a heel and then just like in general, like her Miyu and Bowman does, like the way she sells is fucking top notch.
Right.
Her selling ability is just I love it. That's like one of my favorite things about her since day one is her ability to sell and not overdo it, but she knows how to sell spots.
What I really liked about this match is that it was different. It wasn't like your normal, typical triple threat match where, like, you know, one person lays out of the ring and the other two go at it for a little bit. It was more of a, like you said, it's just a fucking fight. And once one was like thrown out, she'd get back in the ring quickly and get intertwined with it, like almost like like Ronda, I think, did like a fucking great job of looking kind of panicked, like a little bit, but like I'm gonna fucking like I want to kill you so bad, but fuck, like who do I go after? Like, I think it's little pieces of storytelling that was that good in the match that I think a lot of people aren't like really talking about.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say kind of the same thing where it's like you didn't have, like, obviously there was a spot where it's like Charlotte was out of the ring and then Becky and blah 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 went at it, but it was quick. It wasn't like you know when Brock Lesnar would be in a triple threat and he's out of the ring for 10 minutes.
Right.
It was like he's out of the ring. You get that moment with Charlotte and Becky, or with Becky and Ronda, and then bam, in comes Charlotte, in comes Becky, in comes Ronda. It was quick. It was a good pace, which I really liked. It was just like watching just three air hockey pucks just going around. And I don't know why I use that analogy. It's all I can think of right now, but it's kind of how it was. It was just it kind of works. We're just in hockey mode. Sorry. It was cool. I liked it. I know some people are upset with the finish. I think the wrestlers are also upset with the finish from what I've been seeing.
Yeah, the referee fucked up. The referee was actually legitimately fined for his fuck up in that match. They didn't say how much he was, but Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful, said that the referee was legitimately fined. This is in the sports like story or angle like that. He was legit fined. Ronda was not supposed to take the fall at the end.
Okay.
She was supposed to actually get like knocked out of the ring, and Becky was supposed to lock in the disarmer on Charlotte, and that's what was supposed to be the finish of the match. Charlotte was supposed to tap on that, which would lead to Ronda and Becky 1-on-1. That was supposed to happen. It can still happen now, and even now I think you're just based off that story. Next night on Raw, I don't know if you saw this or not, but when they were showing the match again, they went to a black screen on that part where she rolled her up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it. So I guess Ronda did the right thing. She just lifted her elbows, shoulders, and the ref was supposed to stop counting?
Yes. Yeah, the ref was supposed to stop counting. Ronda was supposed so, like, if you watch it back, like, Ronda, like, kicks out, and Becky, like, kind of, like, lets go a little bit. And that, like, the way Ronda rolls backwards on the 3 count.
Right.
And Becky's kind of looking around like, oh my God, okay, I guess I'll act like I won. Because at first, Becky's face at first was like, what? And then like she like started acting like excited. Ronda legit looked upset. Like,
yeah, that's what I noticed the most is that like Ronda's reaction was like, once she did a good job, she could have like, I feel like somebody that's never been a spy like that would be like, what the hell? Like, why did you do that? Almost kind of thing. Like, you just fucked up. But because she just kind of stood in the ring and was like, what the fuck? Like, is something going to happen? Like, or is somebody going to come out? Like, this isn't how this was supposed to end. And then she just kind of rolls out of the ring, and it was like, it didn't seem right at all, because you think like if Becky's going to win, if she even were to pin up, like, beat Ronda.
And props to Ronda too. She gets out of the ring immediately to give Becky her spot. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like,
because at first she
complained
and I was like, this
for like
weird.
5 seconds and then got out of the ring like immediately. Like,
yeah. It was just, that's what I was saying, which made me even think more was a fuck up, is because that Ronda, had it ended the way it should have, like, say, obviously Charlotte, I guess, is supposed to be be the one that taps or whatever. If it would have been Ronda, it would have ended with her tapping, or something else to where she legitimately gets pinned and either lays there or rolls out of the ring, and she just like got up, and it was kind of like weird. Like, it was almost like, okay, so is Becky going to get her moment? And then, like you said, good job on her getting out and being like, all right, well, you know, I don't know what the fuck to do. This isn't my fault.
Exactly. And, you know, it is what it is. All in all, it was still a good match. Like,
yeah, and people are like, people are almost like, oh, look, it was a fuck up. It wasn't that great. This is why women shouldn't main event. Shut up.
Yeah, fuck those people. Fuck those people that were saying, fuck those people, man.
It's the first time. You know how much pressure was on them?
Yeah.
Okay, you know how many men main events we've had where it's like, okay, how come then maybe we shouldn't have men main event at all? Like, how nobody ever thinks that. It's the first time.
Like the Triple H Orton main event of 25, blah.
Yeah.
Roman Triple H, blah. Triple H Jericho, blah. Maybe Triple H shouldn't be in the main event anymore.
Maybe. But yeah, like, it wasn't picture perfect. It maybe didn't hit the nail on the head, but it needed to happen. It deserved. I'll get into it when we get to the next match, but
it deserved in retrospect, until about a month ago.
It did. It really did. And it's like, you know what you're going to do? Just do it now. They deserved it, and I can't wait. It'll happen again. Maybe not next year. Maybe it does next year. It just depends. But now it's there for women to grab, where it's like we can get there, and it can be better.
Let's be honest, though. If they weren't the main event, Rollins Lesnar would have been the main event. You know, it would be.
Oh wait! Did you say what would have been, or what would have been?
If the Charlotte Becky Ronda match wasn't the main event, you know, Rollins Lesnar would have been.
Yeah, which then we would have got a stronger match for sure.
Or the crowd just shits on that match,
which would suck for Seth. He doesn't deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I liked it. Is. Becky 2 belts.
Becky 2 belts.
Cool. I don't mean this in like a perverted way at all, but my God, Becky Lynch, she looked hot, man. And I never say hot anymore because I'm 26 and I'm a grown up and I'm respectful. But dude, oh man, she looked hot. I loved it.
I sent you of her walking down the ramp, like at WrestleMania. It's now my background on my phone. She just looks fucking beautiful. Like, she looks gorgeous, man. Like,
she looks just looks fierce. She looks sexy. She just like she looks son of a bitch.
Like
I had
the
the word. Yeah, she looks like the man. She looks confident. It's just like, oh man, what a woman, and she's just cool.
Yeah.
Like it's like everything perfect about a female. You're just like, yeah, badass, sexy,
Holy
funny.
shit, dude! Do you have the hockey game on right now?
No, I do not.
Dude,
Fuck,
fucking
there's a game on right now. What time is it?
Boston.
Beeswax.
Boston and Toronto's getting ready to start, but the guy that just walked, I'm going to rewind it and send you a Snapchat of it. The guy that just walked out to do the Boston National Anthem walked out. He looked like Otis from fucking Heavy Machinery.
Oh, God, I love Otis.
So do I. Yep, hey, pretty lady. Yep.
I'm doing the caterpillar. Love it.
I love it too. All right, let's get into it. The last thing we're going to talk about before we get out of here, before we go record another show.
Oh, boy.
Fucking Kofi Kingston, Daniel Bryan for the WWE Championship, baby. Oh, man. I just can't. I can't even. I cried.
I did too, man. Every minute that passed in that match, the more I was sitting in my bed, I was up against, just sitting up, relaxed. Match got going. Next thing you know, I got my knees pulled up to my chest. Next thing you know, I'm on my knees. Next thing you know, I got my damn comforters pulled up to my face. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Next thing you know, I'm standing up, and next thing you know, I'm just I didn't make a noise. I just had my mouth, my lips tightened, and then I was just smiling and just my eyes watered up. Dude, and I just was.
Did Katie send you the Snapchat of me?
Yes.
Yeah, so I told Katie, I'm like, you need to just post that on Twitter, because it's a genuine reaction from me. So I thought Brian was going to kick out at that moment because
so did I,
and he didn't kick out, and so Katie has the fast version of it. And if you notice, when I saw Katie was Snapchatting me, I'm like, oh fuck, no. That's why I texted you guys. I said I hid it from her, so I did not want it on Snapchat. So that's why I just kept staring forward at the TV, and I had a fucking tear running down my eye, running down my face. I'm like, God damn it, I'm so happy right now. I'm just so fucking happy. This will go down in wrestling history as the happiest moment ever. Nothing will ever top this moment as the happiest moment in wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, yeah, that's all it was. I was just so happy.
I mean, what about all the fucking people around the world, the reaction videos? Did you see two women sitting at Disney World, watching it, and she broke down crying?
Yep.
But fucking MVP and Shad Gaspard,
yeah. Oh god,
that video. That video got me.
If me and you would have been sitting there, I feel like we would have been hugging, crying, God, we're a bunch of pussies.
I think we would have done the same thing that MVP and Shad did. I think we would have done the same thing. We're God damn it, we just look at each other and start laughing, just give each other a fucking hug.
Oh yeah, it just, I don't know, man. It's like I tweeted out. It's why I love this shit. People, you can make fun of people. Why do you still watch wrestling? Why do you just? I don't know, man. Because things like this happen, and you just feel good, man. It's like any sports story. It's just that it's wrestling. Not everybody gets it or likes it, and this is another form of entertainment for us where we follow these guys and we understand the meme. Yeah, it's scripted, but you know what? So are fucking books and movies, and you want to see your guy win. It's just that this story continues forever.
How many people cried watching fucking Game of Thrones or Avengers or shit movies like that where people die, and it's just you have an emotion to these fucking characters, man. And there's what's different about wrestling is that these are real people putting their fucking lives on the line just to entertain. And this guy's been here for 11 years and never had one world title match, singles match anyways.
Nope.
And he finally got his first singles match and got it, won. Dude, that crowd would have fucking rioted if Kofi didn't win.
Oh, God, it would have been horrible.
That crowd, I swear to God, that crowd would have been shitting on everything after that. I think people would have legitimately walked out.
Yeah, I think so too. I think people would have just straight up left.
Yeah. On about the match, real quick before we get out of here. Just a fucking good match. It's a WrestleMania classic. I think it's in my top 5 favorite matches of all time.
Oh, it was perfectly done. It was kind of like an even bout, and then Daniel kind of got the upper hand, and then You got Daniel trying to put Kofi in the label lock, and Kofi getting out of it, throwing a punch, back into the label lock, getting out of it, throwing a punch, and then, I was, God damn it. It would have been funny if you could have seen me, but when Kofi started, doing the Kofi Hulk up thing, dude, I felt like I was like, I don't know. I felt like I was getting hyped up for like my own like football game or something. Like the way he was getting hyped up, and he's like, "Come on, man, give it to me." I was like, oh my God, let's go. I was just so, God, I don't know, man. It's so hard. I feel like I could put it into words, but I just can't.
Yeah.
It's like a moment that, like, if you could bottle it and just reopen it whenever you wanted, like, right. Oh boy, man. And Xavier Woods crying got me.
Oh yeah,
Kofi's kid's in the ring. Kofi's kid stealing the spotlight, getting up on the top rope, holding the shirt. It was everything, man. What's cool about it, and like we mentioned, it's kind of like people's movies. Well, guess what? With your movies, those characters eventually die and end, and that's it. For us, for the rest of our wrestling career watching this, when Kofi comes back on Raw, we will remember that moment will come back. When he's in the Hall of Fame, that moment's going to come back. We get this forever.
Right, exactly.
Because we're going to keep seeing that human being and know what he went through and what he did for the people of color. And like Dave said, not just people of color, but people that go through any type of life and battles and struggles. And it can take a while, but when that moment happens, it's just everything, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Just everything.
Definitely. All right, Jim, let's get out of here. Because we got another podcast we got to do.
Hey, Zeus, double duty.
Well, I mean, that's why we were supposed to do it at 1 o'clock today.
Yeah, I know. Shut up. We're still getting it done. I still showed up. Hey, I show up on my time. I'm Brock Lesnar, baby.
Fuck off. All right. You just want to save the 1, 2, 3 for the offended? Just want to do that?
Yeah, might as well.
All right.
So,
you can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, at OffendedPod. Make sure to go follow PWP Nation at PWP Nation and all social media platforms as well. Go to www.prowrestlingtees.com. Hit search Offended. Make sure to go listen to Offended, which is on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, wherever you get your podcasts. Just by searching Offended, subscribe, give us that 5-star review. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Trick1042. You can follow Stoutsy at
Jimmy James 9417 on Instagram and Twit, and James V Stout on Snapperoo.
Nice. All right, we'll see you fuckers next week
for the Superstar Shakeup, baby.
Yeah, can't wait. You know what? For real, Jim. If I don't even know if that wasn't next week, I would totally have told you to let's just skip next week because I'm wrestling out.
Yeah, if it's garbage, we'll yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? If anything, maybe we don't do a full wrap up. Maybe we'll do a quick little review on the Offended episode, and I don't know. Yeah. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
All right. For Stoutsy, I'm Tricky. This has been the weekly wrestling wrap up by Offended, presented by PWP Nation. We'll see you next week.
Kofi Mania, baby. Bye.